So I built a few calculators. This one is about 1 byte, and that one's also about 1 byte. But we'll get into what that actually means later. No, it doesn't mean that. It's very simple how the subtractor works, which is this one. You have a top input and you have a bottom input, which is actually flopped around because this is actually supposed to be at the top, and then this one's actually supposed to be at the bottom. So just imagine this thing is flipped. Practically, how it works is that we take a number, like 7, and this thing increases to 7 on all of the fronts, and it even says it's odd. Now, I will get into how it works later, but it's very simple because I'm an idiot and I couldn't build anything that's not simple. But then we can put in a 4 and it decreases 3 because 7 minus 4 is 3. This is obviously incredibly useful because it's a little bit smarter than a kindergartner. How it functions is it has the redstone lines out the back. If you have a redstone line input here, for example 1, the signal strength will decrease a bunch before it gets to here. Now this is exactly, I think, 15 blocks, meaning the last signal is here and it's 1. It's 1. It's 1. It's 1. And then this 1 comes up through this pole, goes around this corner, and then pops through here, and then bam! Now, more complicated one is obviously this one, so we'll do an entire equation for it. Let's do 6 minus 3. As we can see, these are deactivated, these are activated. Now the hard thing is for this one, which is like the counter and the odd system, you have to have an exact number, or like the last one that's active in this list, which is this one, but this one. And the way you do that is you have to make it so it only powers that one. So basically, the first one that isn't active goes into here, and then it comes up here, the signal, and it comes around, and it comes back down on it, and then it comes back down into here, which activates these two, which turn off these two torches, meaning the only one that's left active is this one, because none of the ones ahead of it are activated. This is probably way overcomplicated, there's probably a better way to do it, and I'm talking too quickly, but whatever. Next up is the even-odd system. It's quite simple, really. There's another torch, I'm an idiot. It goes through this torch, and then this is all of the evens are connected, all of the odds are connected, and then the odds and the evens are separate lines, they go into their things. That's how the subtractor works. Next up is this system. But first, a word from our sponsor, your mom. You probably want to know what I mean by a byte. So basically, this is a bit. It's an on or an off. It's a bit of a byte. A byte is 8 bits. All of these. Now, I'm not going to place them all, but a kilobyte is 1,000 of these. Now, putting that into perspective, the average file, not average file, but some files that are written in, like documents, are normally in the hundreds of bytes, meaning this times 1,000 times 100. That's a lot to visualize. That is 800,000 of these on and off things. And I remind you, 800,000 versus the 9 that are here. This thing is small, and in order to make something that actually had the same amount for a document, you would need a lot of these. How many of these? I'm tired of math. Moving on, addition system. Now, the simplicity of this one is simple. You press a number, you press another number, 4 plus 6, you can probably already guess what 4 plus 6 is. You hit the calculate button. It's 10. It's a little combo. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. But it's 10. Now, what you just heard was a system, which is the calculate system. I'll get into it. But you can then add 1. It won't show up, but if you click the calculate button, it adds the 1. You can then click the clear button, and it clears the entire thing. No! I'm just kidding. That's exactly what was supposed to happen. As you can see, that TNT did something, and it put all the lamps down. Now let's figure out how this works. The red system is color-coded so that when you click a button, it goes along one of these lines and into one of these dispensers. Droppers. The droppers. The droppers then are correlated to the amount via a number. So this is the ones, this is the twos, this is the threes, this is the fours. All of these dispensers and droppers have different items in them, which was a pain in my. But when you click all of the things, they all drop the number that you want, like this is 8, and then they all land on this golden pressure plate. And then let's you just say 40 of them, or not 40, but like you have 4 of them, 4 items will land on here. It detects that there's 4, it goes over to here. All of these go up. You have the 4 in your line, and the whoop, there's a block here. That's the calculate button. It activates the pistons so that there's a way for it to get through, hit the note blocks, and go into the system. Now the clear function is actually a lot more articulate in its. It took me like a minute to build. It's not very hard. It's pretty much just a redstone line that goes into the dispenser that fires out to Unta. It goes boom, and then all the items are gone. Alright, that's about everything for this video. Please, please, please consider subscribing. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.